Yes, guys.
Hi, Vinny.
Hi there.
Given the sort of 4-week break, the level of opposition, is that about as good as what you could have wished for today?
Yeah. I mean, it's never perfect, but it was close to be, and I always judge the team on effort first, and I think everybody could witness the energy that this team has, and that starts for me. And then the rest, you can talk about the goals and the chances we created, and even the times where we had to be a little bit more compact and organised, and of course we've seen many good things in that.
3 really good finishes as well, all different types of finishes, but the goals you scored were taken really well by the 3 goal scorers.
Yeah, especially the two. The direct free kick is something we have in the team, and we haven't been able to. For some reason, we haven't scored as many as I thought we would. And Yo is the first, but we've got some more, with Twiney and Brownie. We've got a few guys who can score them from there. But then, I thought Ian's finish and Nathan's finish were difficult ones. Anyone who's played the game on a bit of a greasy pitch, usually you lose a little bit of your balance, and those balls go over. And I thought they calmed themselves down, they settled it, and kept it low enough, and really good goals.
Yeah, and sort of sprinted across to you after scoring. Was that a hint at some sort of plan that you had to be able to see whether the keeper was going to move one way, or was that just delight?
No, you know what? Not everything is that complex. The only thing that happened is he scored an unbelievable one in training yesterday, and for the first time I thought, but then when he scored it, I saw him looking up at the drone to make sure it was filmed. And then just for a bit of a laugh, I put it in the meeting. I said, if you start looking at the drone like this, you want that to be shown. So I'll show it to you guys. Any chance we get a direct free kick, guys, because they're all going in training. So obviously he puts the ball there, ball goes in, and it was like, sometimes as a coach you can look really good in these type of moments where things happen that you said just for a bit of it was a bit of a laugh.
We've spoken about sort of the attacking play, but for sort of 20-25 minutes in the second half, at the start of the second half, you dug in and you showed your defensive qualities as well, and obviously a clean sheet, which I know you'll be pleased with.
Yeah, I thought the back line did really well to battle in the moments they needed to. We've always been quite secure with our midfield, recovering second balls and being on top of those. But we were just getting stretched a little bit, and as much as our team tries to do it for 95 minutes, at times you've got to settle it a little bit, and we did that. But what I liked as well is that we were then dangerous on the counter as well, and that's something that is definitely important. If you do have a period of time that you then have to be a little bit more organised and compact and disciplined.
Nice to see Scott Twine and Darko Churlinov off the bench as well. Saves me asking you every week, are they nearly ready to return?
Yeah, it's done now. Yeah, listen. We obviously a little bit of an opportunity was presented because of a couple of players going to the World Cup, and we recovered them exactly at the right time, and it was good to get them on the pitch. I'm not sure at what level they are at the moment, but no doubt that within the next few weeks, they'll be able to help us.
And is actually Westwood sort of not far behind, or?
Ashley's doing well. Yeah, really well. Just the nature of his injuries, he's done extremely well in training. He's got his first friendly games. We just want to make sure that we don't jump any steps,
And can I just ask you about Wout Weghorst as well? He's obviously scored twice for the Netherlands in the World Cup on Friday night. I just wondered what the sort of situation is with him and Burnley at the moment. Obviously he's on loan. Are you able to recall him if you want to in January? Have you spoken to him? How does that sort of situation
I think first of all, congratulations to him, because scoring 2 goals in a World Cup, it's something exceptional, especially the way he did it as well. But for the rest, I think at this moment there's nothing new I can say. I think these type of situations, they play out a little bit later, and I think he's done his country proud, and that in itself is something I know as a player, as an individual, that he'll feel really happy about that.
Would you expect him to stay with Besiktas then for the season?
No, but like I said, this situation got to let him play out a little bit. I mean, I'm focused on the group that I have now. I don't know. I've never been told that the situation was that we had a clause in there So, but I get it, you know, he scored at the World Cup, so obviously you're going to ask the question.
Yeah, nice. Brilliant, thank you. Well done today.
Thank you.
How important was it to put a performance like that in today so we didn't lose that momentum from before the World Cup and sort of carry on where we left off?
Yeah, it feels more like a new start for me, rather than I like it's a mental thing that I think, you know, that there's no reason to drag too much past with us. You know, it's a starting point. The league is level in our idea, and we have to get better. And then today was more. We played 2 friendly games, and they showed good signs in those friendlies as well. And therefore I was just happy that they carried on what they showed in that mini break.
It was a weird feeling around today. That it felt like a bit of a start of the season vibe, but obviously we're already well into the campaign and ready for a busy period of Christmas.
Yeah, and we've all got the big coats on as well. Yeah, but it does feel like a bit of a. I do want to treat it that way, like a restart, because I don't want a season where all we're thinking about is how many points, how many, you know. I don't think that's how we should approach it. And at least in terms of experiencing being in such a position as a player, the best way is to set your own standards and to compete with yourself to get better every time. We can be better than this. That needs to be the message.
How pleasing with the second and third goals because of the hard work behind them. Obviously, end of the half, just beyond the end of the rebound, and then for Tella to be sort of chasing back and put the defender under pressure to get the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, with his pace as well, I think any bouncing balls, it's a nightmare to defend, because you don't know whether you need to clear it, control it, or, you know, just put it back to your goalkeeper. And he made really good use of that little bit of hesitation. And then, like I said, the finish for me was more impressive. I know there's not many players who would have put that one in.
As a former centre back, can you say what you disliked about like a fast player in at you? Can you sort of give him tips on what to do? Sort of what you, from your experience, you didn't like who played against?
Well, you mean if I was on the other team playing against him?
Yeah, if you was the centre back.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would have got physical much earlier than that. You know, if I'm chasing, I've done something wrong before. But then in the end as well, it's always a bit of a collective thing, especially as a defender. You can leave the best defenders exposed. Things are going to happen, and you know, we did really well in creating those spaces as well.
In the early moments of the game, there was like a moment where Europe could have given away a penalty. Do you see that incident?
The very beginning?
Yeah, at the very beginning.
Honestly, I don't know. From where I was, you know, I can see how you can nick a penalty on a situation like this, but I haven't seen it, you know. And like I said, we don't have the VAR in this league, and it's fine. It evens it out. You know, we've had a game where a ball went out and it was a throw-in for us, or a corner. Sorry, it was a goal kick for us. It went for a corner. We conceded. These type of things happen, and they level each other out eventually.